One of the things that we often hear at Wenzel Fenton Cabasa is, I'm working in a hostile work environment. When we hear this term, hostile work environment, being thrown around in the workplace, what we often explain to people is the term hostile work environment comes from a case that was discussing a sexually hostile work environment. In that case, the female employee was subjected to an environment where the bosses were always looking at pornography on their computers, making sexual comments about other women, making sexual comments about the female who filed the lawsuit. And the court said that that atmosphere was so charged with sexually suggestive information that it was a sexually hostile work environment and therefore a form of sex discrimination. It's important to note that a hostile work environment that is just hostile because the boss is a jerk or mean or a bad person is not unlawful. It has to be because of sex or race or national origin or religion or age, some sort of protected activity where the hostile work environment changes the atmosphere due to that specific characteristic of the employee. We always stress that to the people that call us because oftentimes it's just because the boss is a jerk, and we always want to let people know that that's not necessarily unlawful. So be careful if you want to complain about that because it might blow up on you. The law as it relates to hostile work environments requires an employee to make a complaint to the employer to make them aware that this sexually or racially hostile work environment is going on and give them an opportunity to stop it from occurring. What the courts have said is the employer can't be liable for that environment unless they know about it and have an opportunity to fix it. So you're required to go to your employer if they have anything in their handbook or any policy that says that there's a way to report these types of things and tell them what's going on, and then they have to stop it. We often hear from employees, well, I'm scared to go to my employer because I might be retaliated against. Nobody ever does well once they've gone to HR. And what we tell them is we understand that, but the court system doesn't. And so it's important that you make that complaint, and we recommend that you do it in writing so that there is no mistaking that you have complained about a hostile work environment. After that, if you do suffer retaliation, the law protects you against retaliation, and oftentimes it's the retaliation that follows the complaint that's even worse than the hostile work environment. So if you think that you are being subjected to a hostile work environment on the basis of your sex or your race or some other protected characteristic, complain to your employer, do it in writing, make a record, and if it doesn't get better, or if you begin suffering retaliation, contact us and we can begin the administrative process to protect your rights.